If you've been around the ABA community, you most likely have seen some form of a hate, whether it be on Discord, or on Reddit, or on TikTok.
Ever since A became an ABA dev, that shit has fallen so far downhill. Cause why are you adding Project Moon Slap? Nobody asked.
You most likely have seen some form of a hate. And this video isn't to bring him any more hate, because he already has enough hate as it is. It's more or less like an informative video on whether or not these reasons are in any means or way possible justifiable. Because, it kind of reminds me of like Par when he first started adding like fake characters, like the amount of hate he was getting. And then finally, we're gonna go over the reason why I hate him. A's Project Moon characters are probably the biggest reason why people hate him, which is why it's gonna be talked about first. But here, let me paint the scene for you. Okay, we're gonna look at it this way. The average AVA fan has gone 5 months without an update because if we're being completely honest here, the JoJo Week update was not a real update. I'm so sorry, but outside of cars, that update was ass. Entire week was ass. On everything, that shit was ass. Okay, but anyways, all of a sudden you see this fan and you see like a little flash of hope, and it's A teasing his newest character, and he's giving like a release date for when he'll reveal who it is. Like it's never been done before, so of course, there's gonna be some hype generated, and people start getting hyped. You imagine of all the characters it could be, or they imagine, I guess. Like people were thinking it could be like Yami, or like it could be like Mihawk, or Joker. Of course, like as he gave out more hints, it kind of got obvious. Like it might be Joker, but like I don't know. Like a lot of people were hyped, and like some people didn't even have access to the hints. So a lot of people were thinking it could be like Warg Naruto or like Johnny. But the point is, there was so much hype towards who this reveal and who it could be. So as the date approaches and the sneak peek is about to drop, you're getting hyped. You're trying to think of who it could be, and then it gets delayed. And then A is like, "Don't worry, guys. The update or well, the delay for the announcement is just a day. It's like a day delay." So then you wake up the next day and you're excited. The tensions are high. Who could it be? If it takes an announcement one more day, like if he's delaying the announcement for a character that's not even out yet, the fucking character must be crazy. Okay. People are already coming up with theories of who it could be. He's dropping sneak peeks on this fucking sneak peek. It's never been done before, or if it has, it's always been for a character that's anticipated. Because we've never gotten a sneak peek just towards the announcement of what that character is. Aside of that, it's the day of the fucking announcement of who his next character is, and it's 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 a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a game character from a series nobody knows about. Majority of the community do not know what Project Moon is. A lot of people were coming in with the expectations of it being an anime character, because the game is called Anime Battle Arena. And there were people thinking it could have been like Yami or Mihawk, or like Joker, like I said, even though he's technically a game character too. And I mean, can you really blame them? And it doesn't help at all that when he initially started posting sneak peeks, he deconfirmed Roland. Like, bro, he legit showed a screenshot of the Discord name and highlighting the words anime. Of course, after this entire situation, any mention of Project Moon is met by disgust and the community calling it Project SLOP, or telling A that all he makes is SLOP. I think this situation is when we also start seeing A hate becoming more mainstream. Now, like though at the time of recording, which is like December 2025, is this still a justifiable reason to hate A though? I think it's a mix of both. Let me explain. Like the situation of people not liking the roster being added resembles the same situation Par faced when he first started doing Fate. I believe this situation is gonna repeat itself As though Fate does get a lot of hate still, and it still did when it first got added, you can't deny that people still play these characters and had fun with them. And a lot of the times, I think something similar is gonna happen where with the Project Moon characters. Like I know some people had a lot of fun with Ricardo, but despite this, A did deserve some of the hate he got when initially announcing Roland. Did he deserve the death threats? No, of course not. He did not deserve the death threats. But does he deserve to at least get called out for the entire debacle? I think he does. I think at least a little bit of it. The community was already pretty butthurt about the JoJo week situation, which is probably gonna get like a video on another day. And I think hyping up people and creating this entire like illusion of like it's gonna be this crazy wanted character was a pretty big mistake on his part. And then delaying the reveal for like another day and like hyping up people and like just for it to be an image is pretty fucking crazy. Now this is a pretty crazy move on his part. I think if he just straight up revealed it without like delaying it for a fucking image, the reception wouldn't have been as bad as it was. But I think no matter what, people were gonna be butthurt because it was not gonna be what they wanted. But I don't think it would have been as extreme as it was on that day. Also, I think the timing of when he released Roland was pretty shitty too. I think I mentioned it already, but like legit releasing Roland right after the JoJo week update was not it, bro. You should have like released Roland like in another update. Slop, 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 slop. You see it everywhere, whether it be Type Soul's Hell update or it be like another parry-based game on Roblox that dies within a week. Roblox is filled with slop that comes out every week, disguised as the newest and biggest anime game. What does this have to do with A? Well, let's see. For this part, I'm not gonna lie, I low-key rewrote it a couple times because I wasn't sure on how to exactly go about showing whether or not A does have like sloppy work. But I think for this, we're gonna go over on the look and the moveset design for each of his characters. We're not gonna go over the balancing of his characters just yet, but yes, we're gonna go over the quality and the look of the character and the overall moveset design. By moveset design, we're gonna go over how fun and refreshing it is to play the character. Like an example of like what that doesn't look like would be something like PTS Sanji, as he has like the same combo over and over. Like you're gonna keep doing the same combo over and over because of how his moves are. Also, FYI, that example is kind of bad because PTS Sanji is like an old character, so you can't really expect much. An example of a fun moveset design is like Gojo, who has like a billion things you could do with him. Like every day, there's like a new tech. I'm not gonna lie. But like not having that many techs doesn't mean it's fun. As long as like the moveset makes you like it has options, I guess you could say. Like as long as it has cool shit you could do with it, and not like the same repetitive game over and over and over. Okay, without further ado, let's move to like each of these characters. We're gonna go over each and every one of them. Okay, let's do this. For the most part, it looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't really look reused at all, and the assets that he might have reused have been reused in a manner where you can't really blame him. I mean, like, look at Zomba. Are you really gonna get mad at him for like reusing like a cylinder? Like, bro, this is even like, come on. And then you can't even say that Light Squid is like fire gun. Like it's its own move, I guess. Like you can't really blame it for functioning the same, I guess you could say. Okay, by boring moveset, I should have classified. But I mean like a moveset that doesn't lock you down to just like one combo over and over and over, or like it doesn't like lock you down to like this certain style of play that you have to play every single time. You know? Like in the case of Ghetto, I think he has a pretty good movesets. His movesets are either meant to be like zoning, play far range, or you could just play up close. Like I don't know, like you could play both ways, and I guess that's what makes it have an interesting moveset. Cause either you could zone with him, or you could play really aggressive with him. And yeah, I mean, despite that, that's like basically everything you could really say about Ghetto. Okay, I was lying. I don't know why this was even added, but on day one of release, Ghetto had Uzumaki, and holy shit, that move, that move looks so ass. I don't even know if I should count it because it was removed, but it's something worth knowing because this type of move where it's like a ball projectile move that's a guard break that you see the guy throw out, you're gonna see it. It's gonna be like a common thing with his characters. So keep that type of move in the back of your mind. Like I promise you.
Yes, 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 yes.
Holy shit, I can't defend you on this part. Listen, Ivor's tile punch is fine for the most part, you know? Like, you could be nitpicky and say it looks like Guru Punch from Whitebeard. But holy shit, 5,000 tile punch and Shore Shark is just like I don't even know, man. Like I get why too, because like when I did research on Jinbei, I noticed that 5,000 tile punch is literally just a punch. Like there's nothing that you could do to really make this move look good. Despite that, like, damn, bro, we couldn't at least make Tile Punch a bit of a dash to at least like make them look different. Like, don't get me wrong, but like it's a bit of a nitpicky take to say that they both look the same, but like they legit do. For me, they do. There's no difference between the two. Well, moving on to the Awakening, and yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with the Awakening, to be honest. Or maybe I'm just not bringing up the fact that he has two of the same moves in Awakening. Demon Towel Punch is a Tunnel Cone knockback move that acts as a combo finisher with a 20-second cooldown, and it deals 35 damage and it guard breaks. Spear Wave is essentially the same move that acts as a combo finisher, and it legit deals the same damage, but the difference is between the two is that one of them is blockable and has a 15-second cooldown. Like you could call it nitpicking, but it just feels so lazy or like so random to add the same moves but with a different font. Like, why does he need the move Spear Wave? There was no point of it. And like why? Like why would you need Spear Wave when you legit the other variant, Ocean Current Throw, is a move that guard breaks and has the same damaging cooldown? Like I guess like maybe you just didn't. Maybe you whiffed Demon Towel Punch and like you were like, oh yeah, at least I got Spirit Wave. Kinda. I didn't want to include like the Jotaro GIF, because it's kind of hard to pinpoint if it is really boring. Cause like the base kind of follows the same game plan as like every time, you know. Either you land a raw Shore Shark or land an M1 into 5,000 Towel Punch, and then you uplink into Uchimizu, unless you're like feeling daring or it's on cooldown, and then you just knock away to 5,000 Towel Punch. Apart from that, there's no unique or interesting thing about him. Jinbei just feels like the same interactions every time. Either you land a raw Shore Shark or a 5,000 Towel Punch. Unless you land an M1, then you just do the 5,000 Towel Punch, and then you just kick away into Adverse Towel Punch, you know?
No, 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 no.
But yeah, this is a refresh, so it's meant to look better than the original, of course. And, you know, it does for the most part. It's up, like, with the only exception being that Sasen Senkai looks like it came out of Anime Cross 2. No, I mean, it's not even really his moveset, so we can't judge him on this one. But I did want to bring up Sasen Senkai again, Yeah, I guess it's cool to give him Sansen Senkai, but it feels pretty lazy, you know? It's legit just Teodora's base move, giving the PT Zoro, but this time he has like a red flashy effect. Like, oh my god. That's fucking crazy. Now, I'm not gonna state the obvious, which was to add something from like Ain's Lobby, like the six pat Asura, but you could have at least added something new to the character, you know? If you were gonna add something new to a character when you're refreshing them, then at least don't reuse a move from like their TS counterpart, you know? Like that's pretty lame. Like no offense. Power Spirit Thrust and the side slashes, they're lazy. Like the functionality of them are really lazy. Like I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but it really does. Like I'll go into more detail about why they kind of like why it's kind of lazy or like, why they kind of function the same. But they really do just like function the same. But like aside from that, I mean, can you call them sloppy looking? Like, eh, it's up to you. You know, like I don't. I think this is like up to you if you think the side slashes and spirit thrust look lazy. Bloodhammer looks like it has erectile dysfunction, bro. Because what happened to the hammer from the manga and the show, bro? Like the hammer looks like it was legit malnourished as hell, and it has so many problems with it just not taking you into the air, or it legit feeling sluggish. Like, bro, like I'm pressing spacebar and like I'm locked out of doing it. You know, knives is fine. Like compared to the rest of her movesets, it's honestly fine, and we have to accept it like as good work. Cause like it's like it's knives. Like what else can you expect? You know? When it comes to awakening, it's pretty unique because he uses the form that she only uses for a couple chapters. So like I would get it if he uses some creative liberties in making the moveset, you know? Because she's legit like the blood double. She's probably gonna do some crazy shit with her blood, cause you know, legit the blood double. And when you don't have that many move ideas, you could legit just make up your own moves with the blood, you know? Like, you could probably do some crazy shit. And she has an Iskandar reskin. And she reuses her sight slashes, like the last part of it. Now, I'm going to excuse Burst. Because she does use it in the manga. But, like, the rest of the moves, bro, like, what happened? He reused the last bit of sight slashes, but made the move bigger. Like, what? She's legit the Blood Devil. You could have done anything with that. Scarlet Absorb? Yeah, I think I'll just go on to the next point. In terms of her base, yes, she does have a boring moveset, which I'll explain in a bit. The Awakening, although reuses moves, is the selling point of the character. The only reason why it's the selling point is because of the balancing of the awakening, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Like, I'll explain later on about that, you know? Let me explain the base. Now, what if I told you she only had 3 moves? How? Well, her Spear Thrust and Side Slashes are legit the same move. Now, let me explain what I'm talking about, because you're probably like confused or like you're like questioning me. Like, what do I mean by this? Because yeah, one of them guard breaks and then the other one doesn't. Like, I know. Yes, one guard breaks and then the other one doesn't. And yes, I know Sight Slashes has a little bit more mobility than Spirit Thrust, you know? But like I said, let me explain. An easy example of this would be Namek Goku. His combo extenders is a rush and a moving barrage. Another easy example would be Gogeta. He has a dash that combo extends if you get hit by it, or a hyper armor uppercut that brings you up in the air so he could keep continuing his combo. Or that you could use to down slam with a down kick and then continue the combo even then. But do you see what these two characters have in common? Two combo extending moves that have different functions to them. Rush can either be used as a combo extender or as a combo starter since it's a move to catch people off guard. Or it could be used to confirm Kamehameha, albeit if you have Kaioken. So I guess that's like a special case, I guess you could say. Dragon Combo is a Hyper Armor Barrage that you could use to extend or trade damage / abuse its Hyper Armor. Punisher Drive is a dash that combo extends, but it could also get you punished in some scenarios. Albeit not as punished consistently as you should be. Heavy Blow is an uppercut that could be used to trade Hyper Armor or extend. Not sure if I'm making sense or if you kind of see the picture I'm trying to paint, but all these four moves, or I guess two per each character, they act differently in some sort of way, you know? Power doesn't have that. Power has the same move, just that one of them guard breaks and one of them doesn't. But they're both combo extenders, they both act the same. And it just leads to her having a boring as fuck moveset. You aren't doing anything differently in every interaction you have. You land them M1, or you pull a move out your ass. You up tilt into the other one, and then you just finish the combo with the one of the two combo like enders that you have. Like there's nothing different that you're doing with this character. It's the same thing over and over. Like the only reason why you would play this character is for the awakening. But like despite that or anything else, this character is boring as hell. Yes, this is the character for the Christmas update, and yes, I'm assuming this is the character A spent the most time on, like, during that update. And this is like one of the characters that people talk about when they're trying to explain why A is a good dev. And I'm here to say that this character falls under this category so badly of like sloppy slash reused assets. I'm surprised people even say this is one of his best characters. Now remember a while ago when I said we'll see a lot more of Uzumaki later on? Well, it's back again, but this time it's called Riot Javelin, and it's blue this time. Whoa. Does it guard break like before? Yeah. But does it combo extend? No, but it's the same projectile guard break that we've legit seen before. And keep it in the back of your head again, because I have a feeling we're gonna see it again. Aside from Riot Javelin, like, it's a relatively fresh base, and each move looks different. So I'm giving this character a 5 gold stars. Like, this character, despite all that, this character is actually pretty well made. Like, there is no slop anywhere to be seen in the base or like anything like reused. However, when it comes to the awakening, Saiyan Spirit is just Rebellion Spirit but with an additional part. Change to Future is just a stronger Riot Javelin again, like what we've seen before. And Dragon Throw is unique grab, but I mean, if you wanted to be nitpicky and say it looks like Spinning Meteor but bigger, you can, but I mean, it's like the move he uses in like the movie, or like it's an actual move he uses, so you can't really like say shit like that, you know? Despite this, it's not even that bad as the biggest offender of this awakening, as that has to be Tyrant Lancer. Why was it even an idea to reuse an asset from 2019 on your character? Like, I don't even know how you came up with that. For context, or for people who don't know, Tyrant Lancer is a reskin of Holy Light Grenade from Piccolo's Awakening. And Piccolo is a character made in 2019. Like, how did you even think of reusing that move? Like, or how did you even get approved? Well, fear not, everyone, because A heard our complaint, and when Uvojin was added, he decided that he was going to improve Bardock's VFX, which is a thank God, because maybe, just maybe, A really has improved from his ways, and it's about to be a crazy looking move now. And it's a reskin of Uvojin's Awakening move, but blue. Like, why do I even bother? No, he doesn't for the most part. His base is unique and interesting aside from Riot Javelin and his Awakening, because his Awakening is essentially kind of like the base. I also ripped into Tyrant Lancer like earlier pretty badly, and I'm gonna have to again, because it's essentially Jinbei's Spear Wave, aka his Demon Tao Punch. And like, there's legit no exact difference between the three moves. But I mean, it's like whatever, you know, like what can you do? What can you do? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this section has been getting pretty long, and we got like 3 more reasons to go over, or like 3 more sections, so I'm gonna like speed through these next characters because they follow the same format. It's the same thing as like every other A character. Okay, let's start with Alucard. Now, for the most part, his base looks pretty unique. Now, every move is different, and they look pretty like well made for the most part, you know. The only minor exception to this is Alucard's Awakening, well, his first one, because while the other moves look fine for like, you see like Vampiric Strain, Raging Assault, or like Feast, All of these look pretty unique, with the sole exception of like Spear Hand. Spear Hand looks like a reskin of Jinbei's move. And then in the case of his second awakening just kind of looks meh. To me, it looks meh. I think it's pretty subjective, but for the most part, for me, I don't know. Like something about the effect, like the blood, like how it looks like. It looks like dog shit, bro. It doesn't look like blood to me, but I mean, to each their own. Like I don't know. This is just like my personal opinion. In terms if he has a boring moveset, he kind of has the same problem as Power, where his two combo extenders are basically the same move. They're just like two barrages, which makes the character pretty boring. With like the sole exception of the one, I guess you could say like that it has that part, but like let's be honest. I think you're gonna be using this one and then the two more. But yeah, aside from that, I think his moveset is pretty fun. You know, like the two awakenings are pretty cool to play in, and like Feast is pretty like fun to like land, I guess. But yeah, basically same problem as Power, where he plays the same in base. Gyachio. This character was made in like 30 minutes by A, and it shows through how his moves look. Like, look at this. Like, there's no way you actually think this took more than like a day to make. And then the counter. Let's take a look at the counter real quick. Like, come on, bro. It didn't even. Okay, whatever. This did not take any effort at all, bro. Anyways, just like A, I won't spend too much time on Gyachio. Just know, like, he looks last minute and he kind of plays last minute. Like, it's kind of the same combo over and over. Just know it can be pretty fun though, because you could slow down people and you can move faster with your eyes. So I guess there's that. But like, this moveset was made in like 30 minutes max. Again, just like Gyachio, this character was made in like 30 seconds. There was no reason to have even added Speedwagon except for like the haha funny gag character. Like there's oh shit. There's nothing really like good looking about Speedwagon. I mean, he's even balding the character model, like bro. Like, okay. And then just showing the awakening. Wow, what a crazy awakening animation. Boom, boom, wow. Oh wow. An assist move. Where's the other one? Am I doing this right? I don't even remember how to do it. Is it double? Okay. Anyways, 3. Just reskin. I mean, reuse of the base, reuse of the base, reuse of the base, reuse of the base. This looks like a metal bats move, and then the 2 is just an assist. Like, there's nothing really good about this character. Some Battlegrounds 2 did it better, which isn't surprising because when it comes to games doing it better than A, you'll see a lot of them, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You'll see like a bunch of games doing it better than A. Like, you could see his character and then you see someone else make the same character. Usually, that person made it better, bro. The moveset is pretty simple, so I can't really say if it's boring or fun. Because, you know, it's just a simple moveset. Yeah, and I guess fun is a bit subjective, like I said earlier. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the simple moveset, so I lean towards like, oh, this shit's fucking boring, bro. I don't see how people can have fun on this character, but to each their own. Okay, I didn't want to cover Roland, as I never played any Project Moon games, so I can't say for sure that this character was properly made. So I was a little bit hesitant to cover Roland or like Roland and Ricardo. But I guess I'll try, you know. No real problems with this moveset, you know. They look kind of unique for the most part. Like the 1, 2, 4. In Awakening, you know, no real other difference there too. Or like Wheels of Industry, Crystal Taylor, oh boy, Atlas, oh wow. And Ragnarok. This looks like it reuses Urzel's like slash part. You know, the second half. Wheels Industry looks like another Speedwagon Hammer Slam. Or, I mean, it's just a down slam. I guess that's what it looks like with Speedwagon's Hammer Slam. It's just kind of uninspired. Like, it's pretty boring of a move. And Crystal Atelier just looks like... It looks like Urza's slash move. the 3 and the 1 looks like Urza's 1, just divided into 2 moves. I will say though, the character does have an interesting gimmick, so I will give him brownie points for saying, like, for having an interesting moveset, like the dice and like the little like RNG gimmick. I'm into that. That's pretty cool. But yeah. I know I just did that joke like earlier before with Gyatchio, but same shit, bro. This character was made in like 30 seconds max. 30 seconds, like in like 2 days. Not even 2 days. This character looks like a 2019 part character. If you had given Uvojin 2 Nen Spirit Bombs, it legit would have just been a reskin of Goku Black's Spirit Bombs. Like, I'm being so honest, bro. This moveset just looks like he took the first fight he saw for Uvo, and that's legit just what he went with, bro. Like, look at Scream, look at Rockdro, look at Ren, and then look at Down Slam. You're gonna see this Down Slam move again. I'm just gonna say, he reuses this Down Slam early, like, later on, bro. And then Impact looks so fucking dumb. Like, the way he's just standing in place and he's just like floating. He's just dashing through. He looks like an Anime Cross 2 character, bro. Like, you could show me an Anime Cross 2 move and compare it to Impact, and I would say, yeah, same game. In Awakening, it's fucking worse. You know, Smokescreen is just a Sabusa reskin. Like, he even took that effect from it. And then Boulder Throw is just bigger Rock Throw. Oh, fuck. Enhanced Speed is just Accelerate from Accelerator. I mean, I guess it does it use a different, like, effect? I guess, but it's, like, the same move. Like, okay. Without, like, the distance of Accelerate from Accelerator. And then, you already know, Big Bang Impact. This move would have been cool if it wasn't already reused for Bardock, bro. Like, what is the point? We already talked about that earlier. In terms of if he has an interesting moveset, no he doesn't. It's pretty boring, you know. It kind of follows the same game plan over and over and over. Like, the moves are so simple that, like, there's not really any room to, like, I guess, like, impress. I don't know what's the word. You get me? Like, this moveset is just so boring. I do want to bring up an argument, which is, like, the fact that some people may say that Uvojin has no moves. But, I mean, most of the Hunter x Hunter characters don't really have a moveset to work with, and yet other devs do make it work. Like, Uvojin is an enhancer. You, like, work with something, you know? Like, work with that. Like, for Awakening, why are you giving him a bigger rock throw? Like, he did it once, bro. He threw a rock once. Like, let's be better. Let's be more creative with this moveset. Like, it feels like you wanted to make this character, you saw that he had, like, no moves, and you were like, fuck it. Fuck it. Like, I already told people I was gonna make this character. Might as well, like, rush through it. Get on with the next character. Like, it doesn't feel like you actually wanted to make him. Okay, but anyways, let's just go to the next character. Ricardo is honestly one of his best characters. I think it is his best character ever, like, made. Like, in terms of quality and, like, thought to the moveset, or not really thought to the moveset, but, like, in terms of how Ricardo is, he is the best character ever made by A. As far as I know, Ricardo doesn't have a lot of moves, but the effects are so nice, and the Awakening is pretty fun to play. Like, you can see that I'm using the 3, and it gives me this little buff, and you have, like, dodges to it. Like, that's pretty creative, you know? Like, I'm sure that's, like, how it is in the game, but, like, that was pretty cool. I like the effect, I like the song. I don't like that you can't mute the song, but, like, whatever. And then 4 is a counter that could also act as its own move. You see, like, this is a step up. This is how it should be every time, bro. The moveset is very interesting and it's very well done. Like, I'll have to give him that. You know, like, the 1 changes 2 a bit, and then 2. You know, 2 is just 2. Like, don't get me wrong, the 1 and the 2 is just kind of like in the base, but overall, I feel like it's I think in terms of A, this is, like, really well made. Like, this it's not saying a lot, but just know I feel like this is his best made character yet. And the 4, of course, are grab. Like, come on, bro. You gotta give him credit. But yeah, you know, this is definitely one of his brightest works yet. Yeah, you know, like, this character overall gives me hope for A, and it makes me think, like, oh wow, maybe he does got it in the bag. It makes me think, like, all his other characters are gonna be, like, super good. Jiren. I didn't even buy this character. This character is like 6.2k, which I'll touch up, like, I'll touch upon later on. But I'm not gonna rag on the character model because I don't know if A made it, and I'll feel bad if I like ragged it on like someone else's work because I can't even model for shit. So I'm not gonna go too hard on it, but I'm just gonna say it looks like it belongs in old AUR. Like this character model is just like what? When I saw that the VFX was being made by a contributor that was already well known for making VFX, I had hopes that the character wouldn't look as bad, like as all A characters do. I just thought like, okay, you know, like the VFX is already covered by a really well-known contributor in the community. All A had to do was come up with a moveset and implement like the effects and the animations because they're already done for him. All he has to do is implement them. He has to just come up with a moveset and implement the work he's already been done for him. Like, what's the worst that could happen, right? For some odd reason, or some weird divine reason, some crazy reason out there. Like, I don't know if A had a concussion midway implementing like the animations or the effects. Like, I don't know if he took too much beta brain, too much Flintstone gummies, but he somehow altered the original moves given to him and made it look 10 times worse than they were actually supposed to look. And I'm not saying the moves look bad. Like, keep in mind, the left was what we should have gotten, and the right is what we actually got. I don't know how this happened, but my only two explanations or theories you could say is that either he rushed the character last minute and couldn't implement the moves, or he couldn't implement them properly, or he just wanted to alter them to make them, like, better suited to what he had in his head. Like, I'm stuttering because I'm trying to, like, comprehend, like, what was the reasoning behind this, you know? But, I mean, if you want to make your character look like shit, you do you, man. Okay, I didn't go over the moveset, but, I mean, let's just go over it now. 1, reskin. I'll go over that one later. 2, barrage, I guess. This is gonna count for how it looks and, like, the moveset being interesting. Because, like, I really want to, like, go into detail with this character. 4, the counter. And then 3, like I told you, this is Rogan's down slam, by the way. That is his down slam. I don't care what people say. That is the down slam. Mode looks nice. I like the little song they played. 1 is Colossal Slash. You already saw the gif made for this. It looks better now, I guess. Colossal Uppercut. Power Rush. Oh, it hit. Okay, cool. Whoa. Oh, okay, it didn't hit him, huh? Oh, wait. Now it did. I guess I'm just lagging. 4, Blazing Mega Ultratron. Fuck, I don't even know how to say it. Blazing Magnetron. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Done through that? Whoa. What a cool, crazy moveset for Jiren. By the way, no reason why this character should cost 6.2k. Like, you only made it 6.2k because you wanted to feel included with K1 and Par. Because they actually made character worth the price. This character, like, at most, deserves to be, like, 3k, bro. This character is not a 6.2k character. That is the sole reason why I haven't even bought him, bro. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I've been taking my sweet time with this video, and as of recording, there's been some new things to talk about. So A decided to make a tier list on his characters and like how well they're actually made, and like some of these rankings are a bit too skewed in my opinion. I'm like it's a bit too much, a bit too inaccurate, you could say. So this is my tier list. So here I was being generous and I was overlooking Geto's Uzumaki and his Bardock's Tyrant Lancer. And then I'm also not counting Shadow Dio because I feel like the moveset idea was already taken from a video. And it was already made by someone else. But, I mean, if you don't think that's a valid reason, I would put Shadow Dio in, like, decent. He's decent. A's balancing is one of the biggest reasons why people hate him, as his characters are some of the most broken, most crutch, and most unfun characters to play against. Whether it be in ranked, pubs, or in private servers, his characters are just so unfun to play against. Now we could practically say this about any new character release. So what makes his characters different from the rest? And I think, or I narrowed it down to it being some of the most weirdest, unexplainable shit about them that makes them so infuriating to play again. Cause like any new character is automatically not fun to play against. That's fair to say. But his characters just have this weird thing about them that it doesn't make sense why some of these things work out for them. Now I'm gonna say some things already that have already been nerfed or been removed, so it might be a little bit outdated, this section, but I think it doesn't take away from the reason why people hate him. Like, let's just say for an example, why did Gyatso have 135 HP on release? Why did Speedwagon have a move that kept you stunned in place, and when you let him follow it up with a Garbrick that you had to take? You legit do Hatro into the Sledgehammer down slam move? That was guaranteed at one point. Why does Uvogan Scream let his teammates start a free combo without it applying the same knockback effect it applies when he tries to start a combo? For the most part, the most efficient and honest way to describe an A character is just describing them as a character that have hyper armor crutch moves that can't be punished or cancelled. Like, everyone knows this already, bro. This causes players to be able to use moves straight out of their ass without any sort of repercussion. Like, an example of this is like Gyatso. All his moves can't be punished with the exception of his counter, where the animation is so ass, it's hard to tell when exactly he's out of like the counter frames. Ghetto is another example, but I mean, he was recently nerfed, but you know, at one point he was able to stack Samba with his Light Squid moves for a 50-50. Like, what? What do you mean he has a built-in 50-50? And don't be dumb enough to try to punish his awakening, because like if you try to punish the counter, if he whiffs it, for some odd reason, he could use his dragon and get out of being punished for a whiff. Like, you could actually fall for that shit, bro. Like, Ghetto's been nerfed, I know. Like, his light squids have end lag on whiff, and like that's about it. Like, don't lie, that's about it. And like, who's letting A balance these characters? Like, this shit ain't even fun to play against in private servers. And I'm mentioning the casual side of ABA, as the rank scene is just like it's cooked. The rank scene in ABA, no one plays ranked. Like, if you're trying to have fun. And the devs don't really care for rank. Like, we barely just got like 4 bans after like how many years, bro? Like, you could tell that the devs don't really care for ranked as much as they do for the casual game modes. And even in casual game mode, going up against his characters, they just aren't any fun. His characters just, for some odd reason, have these weird things that make them so unfun to play against. Like, here, let me show you an example. Now tell me what you think I did or what you would do in this scenario. Because either A, you kept running till the bullet was gone, B, you took it, or C, you took it and you got yourself guard broken. Now let me show you what happened. I decided to keep running till the bullet was gone, which of course went as expected. However, did you just see that? My health melted in 2 moves. Why, you may ask? Well, because the longer you wait for the bullet to disappear, the more damage it'll do. I'm willing to bet that more than half of you watching didn't even know that was a thing. And that's the problem. There's so many busted things about his characters that don't even make sense. Like, Horse's guard break is already auto tracking and it already tracks you for a long distance. Why are you making it deal more damage than it already does? It's a guard break that legit tracks you until it hits you. What was the point of giving it that thing where you get more damage? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, none of like his decisions ever make any sense. Jaren's barrage deflects moves. Why? Because he does it in the show. Okay, that's cool. But why does this 14-second cooldown barrage deflect ultimates that take your entire awakening? It feels like there is no balancing team when he busts a character or when he even makes one. Like, do you remember how Bardock's Riot Javelin was allowed to guard break? Like, does he even listen to the balancing team, or does the balancing team even make suggestions? Like, there's so many other characters I can make the same point about. Like, why does Uvogan have a 2 to 3 time use O that covers the entire map and does 60 damage? And before the nerfs, what move did you actually punish from Uvogan? Like, his guard break dash has such a sneaky hitbox that you could get hit before it even reaches you. And like, his roar wasn't even negative on a whiff before the nerfs. Like, what? Alucard had 5 lives and had an evasive iframe move he could keep using along with his 5 lives. And then even after the nerfs, he still has 3 lives that move into your awakening. Like, what? Along with a second awakening that is probably like top 5 most damaging awakenings in the game. Power has an auto target free guard break that had some of the craziest range added to it a while ago. And there's so many other moves I could bring up, but the point I'm trying to make is that his balancing feels unfair. There's no fear of messing up or landing a move when you're playing an A character. You could just pull out a move out of your ass and you're most likely safe for using it. Like, yeah, he might do some balancing patches here and there, like, albeit months later, but the problem still lies when the majority of these characters still have the same crutch, and the same problem that reappears with every new character he makes. That isn't to say that other devs don't have the same problems, like Drac, or at least V-Deku. But it's just a prominent problem that you just keep seeing with A characters. Also, this game has a big problem when it comes to just having moves that can't be cancelled, or characters where they could legit just move spam and get away with it. And A is like the most obvious offender of just having moves that are straight up uncancelable. But like, it's not like other devs aren't guilty of this either. Oh, and yeah, like I was gonna mention earlier for the power section, power is like, her awakening is fucking crazy, okay? Her Iskandar risking could legitimately hit you behind your block, and the damage that all her moves do is fucking crazy. And that's like the only reason why people would even play her is for the dumbass awakening, okay? Also, so his hitboxes are so fucking dumb, bro. Like, legit look at Spirit Thrust for power and tell me that's fair. Tell me that you would even you would even know that was part of the hitbox. Like, what are some of his hitboxes, bro? Like, it's the only reason why people even enjoy his characters, because for the most part, they're simple and busted. Like, if you ever want to sit back and relax while playing ABA, just pick an A character, because it'll legit just play the game for you. Like, you don't really need to think when playing his characters, and you don't really need to be good at the game to even, like, win while using them. But, like, being good at ABA isn't, like, much of a feat anyways. It's just, like, picking the new meta characters. But there was, like, a lot more I didn't cover, but, like, I hope that covered the gist of the problem with his balancing. There were some parts that I felt like I should have mentioned separately or that I forgot, and I have to kind of add here. One thing was for Ryoso, and while at first glance I thought it looked pretty cool, but then I was shown like other games like their for Ryoso, and why is modded ABA's version of the move better than the actual game? Now you're probably yelling at me telling me, well, it's because they're modded ABA and they update whenever, so they have way more time than ABA devs. But it's like, why are we acting like ABA doesn't just update whenever they want to? Like, we're acting like ABA devs actually have a deadline. They never follow the deadline, or they never, like, the deadline is like such a crazy lie to say, because there really is never a deadline. Let's be honest here. Par and K1 update whenever their rent is due, or whenever they want to make a Z tier. And yeah, it's wild to compare experienced devs like Par and K1 to A, but what I'm trying to say is that A doesn't have to give himself a short amount of time to work, you know? He could take however much time he needs to make his characters look better. And I'm sure that he works an entire month on his characters too, which is why sometimes he runs out of time. And like, you could see like with characters like Jiren, he has to delay an update. Cause like, and you could see with characters like Jiren, he had to delay for like a little bit, for like a couple days, because he wasn't ready. If a month isn't enough, he could just spend like 2 months on the character, as long as it comes out good, you know? Like, as long as it comes out pretty decent, I don't think people would mind if he takes months to work on a character. Another thing that should be mentioned is his moveset design. I didn't really notice this until Jiren, but his moveset design is so boring, bro. Like, guess what Jiren's first move is? And I told you not to forget a while ago, because it was going to be important later on. But yeah, it's Rebellion Spear again, but red. It's legit the same move, but this time it just has like a close range grab variant. Whoa, that's crazy, bro. And like, I'm gonna tell you again, keep the same move in the back of your mind, because you're gonna see it again. And are you beginning to see a problem? A has a problem of not being creative enough to make a moveset. His movesets feel so boring. They don't feel like they have anything unique in them. They feel like the same thing replaced over and over with a fresh coat of paint. Like, there's some exceptions to this, which I brought up before, you know? Like, there's always exceptions to this. There are simply way more of his characters that just feel boring and play boring. Like, I would honestly rather play Chica than some of these A characters, because at least she had a unique enough moveset. And it's fucking Chica. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, something about his characters, it's missing something. Like, I can't put my finger on it, but it's missing, like, its charm. Like, I know that's a pretty subjective thing to say, but like, in my opinion, it just doesn't feel fun. That's why I didn't bring it up earlier, because it's like a subjective opinion. But damn, his characters are boring. They feel basic. They feel like the game is playing itself for me. It feels like it's holding your hands too much on what the character should do. His character designs all follow the same one bread and butter combo. That is the only combo the character has. Like, it feels so evident with characters like Power and Speedwagon and Ghiaccio and Alucard. And I feel like that's like a big reason towards his balancing. Because like, how are you gonna nerf Alucard? Because if you nerf a move off Alucard, the character's trash. Because the moveset is trash. Please, please, like, there's no reason why we should give people two barrages or two moves that are just the same combo extender. And that goes to Power too. Also, we do have to talk about the maps that he does add. Because I know, like, recently he just announced that there's going to be a new map for his new character. And I'm going to be so honest, some of your maps are just not that good, man. Like, the first map you added, the one for Roland, that one was fine. That one was cool. But the second map, the one with the hazard, that map looks so bad, bro. Like, I'm telling you, that map plays so horribly. Like, not only does it not look appealing enough, like, it has that ugly piss yellow color to it, but the hazards are not fun. There's a reason why the train map works. I forgot what it's called, like, the ABA train station. I seriously forgot what the name of the map was. But I could see what you were trying to do with the hazards, like trying to make it fun, but there's a reason why the train map works and this one doesn't, okay? Like, I don't want to go into detail because this video is already getting long enough, but essentially the subway map works because of where the hazards are located. They're located by the sides, and the way it's set up, it leads to funny scenarios because you're trying to push your friends off the map, or into the trains, I mean. You're trying to push your friends into the train and you see the little warnings ahead and it's like, it's fun, okay? Meanwhile, A's map, the hazards are instant. They're lasers that you could barely even see depending on your graphics quality. And there's no warning. Don't get me wrong, you get the sound cue and you see the little like portal VFX coming out, but it's straight in the middle. Like, it leads to more frustration than actual like fun. Like, I feel like the warning it's not visible enough, and the lasers are just not fun to be hit with. And adding on onto what, like, why the train map works so well, it's the whole point is like you're getting hit with the train, bro. Like, that shit is so fucking funny, being hit by a train. Being hit by lasers that insta-kill you, I don't know. Like, they both insta-kill you, don't get me wrong. But something about like, just being hit by a train is just more appealing to me than just being hit by a laser and then dying. So I don't know if you fixed this yet, but the map legit has a problem where any character that has a move that brings you up in the air, it will legit just kill you. You have a barrier on top of the map. Like, please fix that if that hasn't been fixed. Because that map is so doo-doo, bro. I don't even know the name. Like, I'm not even going to try to remember the name. That second map is dog shit. Like, you could get rid of that map and nobody would care for it, bro. Okay, enough ranting about fucking maps. I think we're going to go onto our closing remarks. And this video has been like an hour, bro. Just an hour of fucking pure talking about A. This is the most jobless thing I've ever done, bro. Oh my god. Overall, you know, it's up to you to make your own conclusions on whether or not A is a bad dev for the game. Despite what I said in the video about his characters or like his habits or like his maps, it's up to you whether or not you like him, you know? And by that, I mean like as a dev, not as a person. Because as a person, I'm sure he's a great guy, you know? Like, I feel like a lot of the hate where they target him as a person, that's fucked up. I already said it earlier in the video, like at the start. That is really fucked up. And like giving him death threats and saying like, oh, I hope like he gets allegations on him. That's weird. That was hella weird. Like, I can't even lie. It's just ABA, bro. Well, yeah, you know, it's up to you to decide whether or not you like him as a dev. A character being well made doesn't necessarily mean enjoyability. You know, some people like playing Power and some people like playing Bardock or like playing Alucard. And like, good for you if you do, you know? Like, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I was just informing people why the majority of the community hate him. Oh, no, wait, I almost forgot. I don't think I ever disliked A, despite like what atrocities other people said he committed. And like, I never hated his deving. However, this changed when he refreshed PTS Sasuke. Holy shit, this character was my breaking point for A. I didn't want to go over this character earlier without me going into a tangent about this character. But this character was so disappointing. Do his moves look better than the pre-refresh? Yes, I'll give him that. But what the fuck was Fumo Shuriken? What is the point of this move? A refresh is meant to update a character and make them play better. Why would you give him a worse version of his regular shurikens? Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of kunai or shuriken moves because I think they're dumb as fuck. In an annoyingly, like, busted type of way. But can we at least give him his wire kunais that he could use like a fireball with? Or, like, holy shit, his Shidori is so inconsistent too. Like, let me just show you this part. Okay, because I'm pretty sure this has been fixed, but holy fucking shit if it isn't. Like, I've had it happen way too many times to even count. It is the most bipolar move in the game, because sometimes you could be right in front of them, like legit kissing them, legit like kissing them in their forehead, and it doesn't even hit. Or sometimes you're like far away from them, or you're not even like touching them at all, and it hit. What is that move? Like, there's no, like, my head. You can even see some of the balancing issues A has with this character. He has a hyper armor grab that could legit tank anything in the game and could beat out other hyper armor moves. And I'm saying grab in a weird way because is it even a grab? Look at the hitbox of the move and tell me this is a grab. It's legit just a hyper armored, uncancelable, brain dead, get out of jail free card disguised as a grab. Yeah, the move has unlag on the chance that you whiff it. Yes, on the chance that you whiff it, which unless you're below the age of 5, you're not whiffing that move. No one is whiffing it out of their ass. No one is pulling it out of their ass. His other moves are all safe, so there's not exactly a good chance that you could punish PTS Sasuke unless you want to count the fireball. And even then, PTS Sasuke could just move during his fireball, so he has a chance of not being punished at all. And again, I'm going over Fumo Shurikens again because it has the same problem as Shidori. That move is so inconsistent. I've had so many times where I would up tilt my opponent and I would try a ladder with the Fumo Shuriken and it would phase out of them. It would legit just go through them. What is that move? What is Fumo Shuriken? But I could excuse all of this. I am okay with the base, okay? I could excuse all of this for the awakening. When he said he was gonna give Sasuke his Curse Mark 2 mode, I was so excited. I saw that poll, I voted for Curse Mark 2. I was like, I am so happy, like I am so excited. I was excited for the awakening either way. Because I was thinking like he was gonna have crazy things in his moveset. I was thinking like, is he gonna have Pile Driver? Is he gonna have a cool cutscene like the Storm series? Is he gonna have an arm breaker move even though that's like not even Curse Mark 2? Nah, let's give him dive kicks. This move gets me. This move is so lame. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, what? You give Sasuke a unique character that has so many things done throughout the show, throughout like part 1 of Naruto, and you give him drill kicks. I don't even know where drill kicks is from. Someone please tell me where drill kicks is from, because there's no way you saw all his fights, you saw the inspiration, and you went like, yeah, let's give him drill kick. Who has ever looked at PTS Sasuke and gone like, yeah, remember the time he went in Curse Mark 2 and did drill kicks? Yeah. Y'all remember when he did drill kicks on Naruto? That was my favorite move. That move was crazy. Nobody in their entire lives has ever said, yeah, I want to play PTS Sasuke and use his coolest move, drill kicks. But before I keep ranting about drill kicks, because this move pisses me off so much, let's see the other awakening moves, okay? And it's a reskin of base fireball but bigger. And then it's a stronger but black Chidori, which is fine. That move is fine. I'm not gonna diss on black Chidori. That move is always gonna look that way, and there's always gonna be a need for a black Chidori. Okay, I'm not mad about that move. And holy shit, is that fucking Rebellion Spear? And I told you, keep Be Gone in the back of your mind because it is the same fucking move again, but this time retextured to look like a fireball. The move Dragon Breath Jutsu is a reskin of Jiren's Be Gone, which is a reskin of Bardock's Rebellion Spear, which is a reskin of Geto's Uzumaki move. It's legit the most blandest, most boring moveset I've ever seen for Awakening. I think I would rather have the pre-refresh Awakening rather than this one, because at least in the other one, I get to use Lines Barrage. The entire game plan for his awakening is just spamming the 4 whenever you're in range or fishing for a guard break or your Chidori Lament. Then spamming the same combo over and over and over again, aka down slam into the fireball, then kick away into either the 4 or drill kicks. Or you could use drill kicks to go into the air to play for cooldowns or just charge your black Chidori if you're weirdo like that. This character is so fucking hideous. It's legit a war crime that this was even made or that this was even thought about. Like, I don't even know how you even thought about this moveset. And like I said before, I would actually rather have the old Sasuke than this one. At least with the old one, I could say, like, I could excuse how he looks because he was made in 2018. And like, I hate to compare this game with other games, but like, look at SU for example. They legit have 2 different awakening movesets for Sasuke, and they are both unique and fun to play. And I'm not saying like they looks better. Of course it's gonna look better, okay? It's unrealistic to compare ABA and SU when SU is a newer game, okay? That game is always gonna look better. Please, can we at least have the gameplay look as fun or play as fun as theirs? Legit, anyone who thinks ABA PTS Sasuke is more fun to play than SU's PTS Sasuke are those who either never tried SU or legit abuse Lines Barrage and think that's fun to do every game. SU legit has the wire kunai move I was even talking about. And it has the cutscene move I was talking about. They will even have the arm breaker move I was hyped about. Like, can we please get one of those instead of drill kicks? We legit replaced enhanced Lines Barrage for drill kick. What was the point? I'm still on about drill kicks. Cause where did you get that move from? I've never seen that move ever in my life. Someone please link me the chapter. Link me the episode. I don't care what you have to link me to. Please find me the source of drill kicks. Like, I'm telling you, I would rather have a reskin Lines Barrage. I would have a Lines Barrage just auraed like as purple. Literally, I would. Than whatever drill kicks is. Like, I'm so amazed where you got drill kicks from. I am so confused where you got it from. And it feels like you've never watched Naruto at... Oh.